Welcome to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. I've got the Mexican Monster right next to me. Look at this, David. I've interviewed you many times. This 3 pages of notes is a lot for me. This is a big one. You mentioned earlier, you kind of lost track of you headlining. That's kind of crazy that you've lost track how many times. The feeling that you're going to be headlining T-Mobile, does that give you the butterflies? Talk about that.
No, it doesn't give me butterflies. It gives me a lot more motivation. You know, I've been working hard. I mean, we've been doing interviews for like 10 plus years, something like that. So just for the trajectory of my career is at right now, I'm just really grateful, really blessed that I keep getting these opportunities and I keep excelling. And, you know, like I said, I wanted to be the face of boxing, and I feel like that time is getting near, getting closer and closer. And, you know, we're just going to keep working hard and keep doing what we're supposed to do, and I will be the face of boxing.
You mentioned this is the David Benavidez era. You're going to be turning 28, very young to be even saying that. Do you ever think to your dad when he put you in the ring with Golovkin and Pavlik and all these other heavyweights or anyone to go spar with them? Do you ever go back, Dad, you know what, thank you?
No, yeah, definitely. You know, me and my dad, you know, he trained me extremely hard, and when you're a kid, you really don't understand. But now that I've gotten older, you know, my dad taught me something that really can't be taught. He gave me a lot of heart, you know, especially with those sparring sessions with like the greats of Golovkin, Kelly Pavlik, you know, and the list goes on. And I'm really grateful for my dad. You know, I feel like if it wasn't for my dad, I definitely wouldn't be here today. You know, I try to give up a lot of times when I was younger. My dad wouldn't let me. So if it wasn't, you take my dad out of the equation, none of this is possible. So I'm really grateful for my dad.
This is your second fight at 175. Both of you had decent first fights, but this one, I don't know. Do you just not like your opponents, and do you carry that on? Because that press conference in Miami was one of the fights. It wasn't a press conference, it was a media workout. What happened? Do you not like him, or what is it?
So, to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with none of these fighters, like, before the fights. Once it gets closer to the fight, I see interviews of him saying he's gonna knock me out, that I'm nothing, this and that. I'm doing interviews saying that I'm gonna knock him out, that he's a piece of shit, this and that. So it's like, you know, when you get two men like that in front of each other, you know, it's inevitable. You know, stuff like that's gonna happen, especially if we already kind of dislike each other. So, I mean, it was, none of this is fake. You know what I mean? I really want to go in there and put a beating in on him, but at the end of the day, this sells the show as well. You know, it makes it that much more interesting. I think with that press conference, we just sold so much tickets just because of that. And yeah, none of this is fake. I'm going to go in there. You know, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
You are a big 175er, and we know you as a pressure fighter. You come forward. He's an offensive fighter. He's not. I've heard that he's not very good defensively, but he says you're not going to be standing toe to toe in front of him.
I mean, well, he can say anything he wants to say. You know what I mean? What I think I got the best of, you know, I'm not, when people look at me, you know, they always say, oh, he's not this, he's not that. But the thing that you can't, you know, discount for me, or you can't say, is that I don't have the ability to learn, because I feel like I have the best brain out of anybody in boxing. I can make adjustments. You know, I could turn it on, I could turn it off. You know, I could go 12 rounds, 12 hard rounds. So I have everything, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the only thing I need is the fuel to add to the flame, like what David Morrell saying, I'm not this, I'm not that. That's the only thing I needed to go in there. Now I'm extremely motivated to go in there, and like I said, I was the main sparring partners for the best world champions since I was 15 years old, and that's not for no reason. That's because I am, you know, an elite fighter of my own.
I mean, based off what he's been saying, is that you have never faced opponents like him. Now, we know that going in, he hasn't faced some of the best top opponents, but do you think maybe he has that in his back pocket, that he does have the ring IQ to really bring out the best Morrell and the best out of you, David?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I knew this was going to be a tough fight. You know, that's why I wanted to fight him. I didn't want to fight any average fighter, but what I do know about myself for a fact, that once I get a great fighter in there, the great David Benavidez comes out, and that's just how it is. My spirit, my warrior spirit is unlike any other. You know, I love fighting, I love the game. If I get hit once, I have to come back with 2 or 3 shots, and I've shown that before in my fights. So, you know what I mean? This is, David Morrell says that I've never faced nobody like him, but he's never faced nobody with the punching power like me, the speed like me, the gas tank like me. You know, I have a lot of attributes of my own, so, but I'm really excited because I love to beat the shit out of a confident fighter. You know, that's what I love to do.
I love it. Real fast, I know that This is for the interim WBC and the WBA, the regular. But fighter is supposed to be Beterbiev, Bivol, but they have a rematch right now. If you can't get that fight, I heard you would go to cruiserweight for Zurdo.
Yeah, definitely. I know Zurdo personally, and we've had a lot of great sparring sessions. And everybody that's seen us spar always said, man, this is going to be a pay-per-view fight one day. So I feel like, the stars are aligning, and that could be a possible move if we could get it. Imagine that would be a great fight here at the T-Mobile Arena again. Maybe we do it for Cinco de Mayo. Or
Canelo, did you hear that he wants to take your Cinco de Mayo? It's up for grabs. You can do it.
But Canelo's not the only Mexican fighter out here. You know what I mean? I feel like
true.
So. And that's a great fight as well. Me and Zurdo. But first things first, I gotta take care of business February 1st.
On piggybacking off of that, is it for you now because you said you want to go to cruiserweight? Is it fighting the best fighters in any division, or do you want to clean out division and become undisputed?
To be honest with you, where I'm at right now, I'm just trying to make the biggest fights happen. I've been professional 11 years. I've been boxing 25 years. So I think I've earned it. You know what I mean? We've shown that we can sell pay-per-view. We've shown that we can sell tickets. We've shown that we're a hot ticket in Las Vegas. So now, I just want to fight the best fighters, and I want to win as much titles as I can.
I see your son. He's been training alongside you. Do you want to box? See? Yeah. Do you want to be like your daddy?
So my son, we've already come to agreement, me and him, that we're only going to raise world champions in our family. By the time I'm done with my career, I want my last name, Benavidez, to be known as we're having world champions, and that's exactly what we plan on doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, David. Well, we got to get going, but quick, you have a great co-main event, Fulton versus Figueroa, too. Who do you have?
To be honest with you, it's a great fight, but I got to go with Figueroa. Figueroa, we're Mexican, we share the same blood, but no disrespect to Fulton. Fulton is a great fighter, and it's going to be a great fight, you know what I mean? So both those guys are going to go, they're going to give it their all, and the fans are the ones that are going to win at the end of the day.
You guys, you have got to tune in February 1st here in Las Vegas. T-Mobile, they are going to be headlining. This is David versus David. These two, wait, can you even understand Morrell when he was speaking Spanish to you?
I understand them, but the Cubans, they talk fast. They talk really fast.
It was real
And then
fast.
especially, he was nervous. And you could tell it was big first, and so that's probably what it was. But no disrespect to him, I'm not trying to say that I can't understand him. He was just talking too fast. I really couldn't understand what he was saying.
It's Mexican versus the Cuban. You guys tune in, PBC pay-per-view on Prime. Can you tell your fans why they need to tune in?
This is going to be definitely one of the fights of the year, and all my people need to come out and support. We're going to give a hell of a fight, hell of a war, and we're going to walk out with both titles that night.
En español.
Le quiero invitar a toda mi gente que vengan a apoyar febrero primero. Va a ser una guerra, pero David Benavidez va a ganar. Ahí los miro.
You guys hear that? Tune in February 1st live here in Viva Las Vegas. I'm Cynthia. See you guys at the fights. Bye, guys.